One of the reasons that I really wanted to come to Chesapeake Bay area is the fact that it's such a different American food story from the one we're used to hearing in Britain. It's not all about the over-processed hamburgers or the enormous man versus food style sandwiches. It's basically seasonal, local seafood done very, very simply, which is a very unusual idea, I think, for most Britons thinking about American food. So I'm here in Baltimore's historic Lexington Market, which was once a bustling food market. It's now still bustling, but it probably could be politely described as a bit gritty. However, the gem of the market is Felicity Seafood, which has been operating for, I think, almost 100 years. Hi, you must be Nancy. I'm Felicity.
How nice to meet you,
And
Felicity.
you are the queen of the crab cakes.
I hope so. I try hard.
The boss of this operation.
Yes, I'm third generation.
Wow.
My grandfather started in 1886, right here in Lexington Market. Crab cake was kind of ordinary, you know, not something leftover kind of crab.
Yeah.
So I worked a lot with blending seasonings, and I came up with my recipe, which I think is like perfect.
Yes.
That's the one I use all the time, and it's just lovely to see somebody bite into it and go,
wow.
Oh my gee, oh my God.
Do you get a good mixture of people here? Because I said there's some tourists.
Anybody from bank residents to the garbage man.
Really?
And I see more people make friends over my table.
A city united by crab cakes.
Yes, united by crab cake.
That is a super excellent crab cake. Really rich in flavour, it's a little bit spicy. I think you've done a great thing for world cuisine.
Mankind.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So for my first dinner of the trip here in Baltimore, I'm going to a place called the Woodbury Kitchen, which is a restaurant with a real commitment to local ingredients. It sounds a little bit more fancy than Feidley's, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with the best of the local ingredients, the seafood. So, you're in charge of the crab cooking here, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You're the crab man?
Yes.
What can you tell me about the way these crabs cook, why they're great to cook with?
This is a soft crab here. You can deep fry them, you can pan roast them, grill them. The legs are kind of the best part. They get all these crispy bits.
So a little bit of a different experience from the hard crab.
The hard crab is a totally different thing. Yeah. Today we had 17 soft shells. So we figured we'd run them as a small plate with one soft shell per. Yeah. So we pickled some red onions, we added some pickled chilies, some cilantro, some garlic, peanut sauce on the plate, and then some spicy mustard greens on top.
Oh, that sounds really good. So lovely. It's my first soft shell blue crab ever. It's got a really lovely smoky flavour from the flames. It's kind of crispy. It's really juicy inside. It goes really well with the fresh Thai flavours. I think Dylan's done an excellent job, and I will certainly be finishing this plate. So we've left the bright lights of the big city behind, and we are heading into historic Annapolis, which is actually the capital of Maryland. I think it's going to be a much gentler pace of life than Baltimore, and I think that probably will be reflected in the cooking. So how do I tackle these?
I'll show you. You're going to enjoy this. All right, this is the first way to do it.
Take them head on.
This is the back fin back here. You'll just snap it off like this, and you get that meat there. You pull these claws off too.
Yep. So the front claws come off.
Come off like that. And now the fun part. This is called the apron. You want to lift the apron up just like this, put it there, and just kick it right up like that.
Okay.
And then pop the whole crab up like that.
Okay, that looked like a technical maneuver.
Yeah, there you go. Woohoo! And you definitely want to cut these gills off right here. The easiest way to start is breaking it in half. See all that crab meat in there? This is the only thing you use the mallet for.
Wow.
But you just crack it like that, it'll crack the shell. Yeah. And there's meat inside there. Crack it right up, and there's that meat right there.
Oh,
Try
perfect.
that. It's not quite as flaky, it's a little firmer. Need that whole bit of meat.
Oh, that's really, really nice. Sweet.
And when it's just Maryland crab meat, that's just like you said, you don't need anything. No. It's perfect taste. Yeah. The sweetness of the meat.
Yeah, that is really, really nice. One of the really nice things about the seafood culture here is that it's still quite small scale, so you get a lot of the old guys, the crabmen, the watermen that have been fishing the Chesapeake Bay for generations, still in business.
That's got it. Are we ready? There you go.
And so how long have you been doing it?
About 55 years.
Did your father before you do it?
From Smith Island, everybody. Generation after generation after generation.
So that
I mean, that's it. You work on the water or you starve to death.
Yeah.
It's a good life. It's hard work.
So in those days it must have been quite a sort of young man's job, was it? Did you get a
Well, I don't know.
old
When I put a pot puller on, a 90-year-old man made fun of me because he was pulling them behind and I had the pot puller.
So what am I meant to be doing with them?
You put the females in that basket. He likes you. Oh, come on, get in there. There you go. You could feel it, could you?
Yes.
We got 900 pot limit. But the DNR don't sell no more licenses, so a young person can't get into it.
Oh, really? There must be a real sense of sadness that people's, sons and grandsons can't follow them.
It's bad. They really don't have much of a choice. They're putting so many regulations on us.
We come down a winding forested road, a tiny ferry, and we find ourselves at a chicken house, which is apparently the first place on the Eastern Shore to have offered an all-you-can-eat crab extravaganza. How long do you get for the all-you-can-eat?
Until you're full.
Oh, really? So there's no time limit?
There's no time limit. You can eat as long as you like. We don't ever kick anyone out of the building. We've had a gentleman that sat here and ate 4 dozen.
4 dozen crabs? That's amazing. That's dedication.
Absolutely.
So, I've got my feast. I think it's time to get cracking.
Now here in Maryland, you're allowed to ask for a song. We'll play it. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. Till I let go you how much I love you.
Really nice.
Please don't take my sunshine away.
As I've come down the Eastern Shore and the landscape's got steadily more rural, I've heard that the best crab is actually not in restaurants at all. It's in a really local, what they'd call mom and pop joints around here. And given that America is the land of the car, I figured what better place to find them than by the roadside. A fried soft crab sandwich, is that good?
Fresh local crab.
Brilliant.
There you go, my dear.
Thank you, that looks brilliant.
Enjoy.
Wow, it's delicious with the loads coming out the sandwich. So I'm coming to the end of my road trip. I've learnt, or I might say I'm learning, how to pick a crab like a true Chesapeake Bay native. But what has really surprised me is that the food here is even simpler than I thought it would be. And I mean that in a really great way. They know the quality of their seafood here.
13.75.
Even in the fancier restaurants, they know that the best way to serve crab is just steamed and with some, melted butter and a little bit of spice. You don't need to do anything else to make it great. I'm not quite sure that I'll be eating crab for the next month or so, but I will definitely be back because I think, as a lady that I spoke to one evening said, once you've developed a taste for crab, you crave it and you have to have it every summer. And I think I might just have that craving in my blood now.